Okay, England have beaten Italy 41 points to 18. Was not a fluid performance by either side, to be fair, although both sides did show things in attack. Italy made it difficult for England. They were very, very physical. There was a big forward battle, and Italy gave 110%. England misfiring. Even though they scored 41 points, not a perfect performance. Too many penalties and handling errors in there. Far too many penalties and handling errors. And at the scrum as well, they are giving away penalties and free kicks. So the set play is not fluid. Italy were actually better than last week against France, and yet they scored more points, and they're on the losing side again, which I think will be frustrating for them, but they did show some real glimmers of a bright future with this very young squad post Sergio Parisse and Giraldini. Very young forward pack, very young backline, showed some real green shoots there. England, some of their fringe players getting a run out, some of their new faces getting a run out, and the back three getting the ball this week. So there were some positives, but too many knock-ons, too many penalties yet again, and especially at the scrum. Italy won all their scrums. England gave away penalties at the scrum and free kicks, which is a head scratcher, considering that set piece is one of England's strengths. There was some exposure there. Iwoni's try in 3 minutes is brilliant start from Italy. Shell-shocked England for the first 10 minutes. Farrell responds with a penalty, and then Hill gets his first try for England on 14 minutes. And then Garbisi responds with a penalty on 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, it's 8-all. Nothing to tell between the sides. Very evenly contested first 20 minutes. Finally, Anthony Watson and Jonny May get some tries. Last week, they barely touched the ball. This week, they had a very positive impact with ball in hand. Italy's kicking game... well, they clearly had a game plan to keep the ball in play, kicking it straight to the back three rather than finding grass. Head scratcher. Garbisi's kicking game is methodical. It's very methodical, and unfortunately, he's a young fly half. He's only, I think, 20 years old. He will develop his skills. At least he wasn't kicking out on the full like some fly halves have done, however. But Watson, his try in 26 minutes, his first try. That's good team play. Jonny May's try in half-time. That is a rugby league style finish and probably one of the finishes of the season so far. And at half-time it's 20 points to 8. But England have had to work for that 20 points. This hasn't been easy for them. They've had to do a lot of tackling as well. But they have more possession than last week. And they look better with more possession. Last week they were starved of possession because of the penalty count. But the penalty count is still a massive problem. Even though they've won the game, you have to look at the penalty count on a long-term thing. You can win a one-off game. But over a series in a tournament such as a World Cup or a Six Nations, that penalty count is a killer. It's a massive killer. It's a problem. Second half, Italy again start the better of the two sides. At the beginning of the second half, Garbisi slots the penalty and closes the gap to England. Watson scores his second try from an intercept after a wave of Italian pressure. Lots of turnovers. Battle on the floor, a battle in the ruck, a battle in the maul. Italy got up the field. Garbisi, wrong decision. He maybe keep the ball in hand there, take the contact, start another phase, because England were on the back foot defensively. Anthony Watson, great defensive read, breakaway, intercept try. His second try of the game. He could have got a hat-trick today, but he didn't. Willis comes on, scores a try from really good. Quick tap guy penalty, good support play on the line. Good forward play. He targets the scrum half and the fly half in the defensive line, and he's too strong for them. And it's a brilliant try for his first try for England. Positive impact. He's on the pitch for 5 minutes. A really horrific knee injury, which happened on 64 minutes in a ruck, in a clear out. You don't want to see the replay. His knee basically explodes. When I say explodes, he's lucky he didn't break his leg as well. It's a desiccated knee. It's the best way I can describe that. From having a friend who's done it and seen it and know what a desiccated knee looks like. It's not a pretty injury. That's a lengthy injury layoff. Could be career threatening. I'm not joking on that. That's a horrific knee injury. From the resulting scrum, because Italy were in possession when the play was stopped by the referee, rightly so, first face. Mori, the Italian centre, he plays for Calvisano. He doesn't even play in the Pro 14. He's playing in the Italian Serie A division. So that's the second tier of Italian rugby, basically, below the Pro League. Treviso and Zebra. He runs over Ford. Ford, isolated in defence, you can be a smaller guy and tackle a bigger guy and bring him down, but Ford is run over completely by the Italian centre, runs him over. Great ball to Tommy Allen, and it's a great try from first base. Yeah, that will be very disappointing on a defensive side. And it's a training ground move from the Italians. They've targeted Ford in defence. They know he's weak defensively, and they run him over. That will be a concern for England going forward. But it was far too easy. Daly responds with his try in 67 minutes. Farrell converts the 3 tries in the second half. He missed some conversions in the first half, which again is problematic. His goal kicking percentage wasn't great today. He missed a couple of kicks, including a penalty. So there is that to bear in mind. Farrell's kicking from the tee wasn't perfect. On the Italian side, they were still plugging away towards the end. They still weren't willing to give up. They were still trying things, still willing to give it a go. They're not willing to throw the towel in. England could have got a 7th try and blew it at the resulting scrum penalty. Again, they could have got 7 tries. They could have helped with that points differential, which could prove crucial in this tournament, and their discipline lets them down again. They score 6 tries, not fluent. Italy scored 2 tries, and the tries they scored were brilliant, but again, lack of discipline, some of the combinations of their learning, but they look much brighter than they did in previous years. They could upset possibly an Ireland side that looked a bit weak last week. Maybe, whoever loses out of Wales, Scotland could be upset. I think Italy could be dangerous for one of the other weak sides in the tournament. England improved performance, discipline still lacking, and so many handling errors. Perfect rugby conditions today. No rain, hardly any wind. Yes, it's a cold day, but firm pitch. You shouldn't really expect these handling errors from a Tier 1 nation. A lot of forced passes out the back of the hand unnecessarily, and sometimes just take the contact. They're trying to force the play a bit too much. Italy, young team, learning their combinations. They gave England a good test today. The scoreline doesn't reflect how much of a battle this was. England, yes, they won the possession battle, but I think there's still a lot more improvement needed from this England side for them to either retain the title, which I think is highly unlikely. I don't think they're on the same level as the French right now. That's a personal opinion from what I've seen. But that discipline has got to improve massively. Penalties on their ball at the scrum are a coach killer. But an improved performance, but stuttering. Italy, an improved performance and learning is the best way I can describe that. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully Jack Willis' injury is not as bad as first feared, but from the looks of it, that is season-ending at least. Lengthy spell on the sidelines. Hopefully it's just ligaments. If that's a dislocation and ligaments, that could be a lot longer. If there's a hairline fracture and dislocations, that's even longer still. That is a bad one. And he missed out on the World Cup because of a nasty injury. Every time he gets a run in the side or gets selected, he gets hurt. And he was the Premiership Player of the Year last season. So that is a massive blow from England's forward depth, because they finished with 7 forwards on the pitch as well. But thank you very much for watching. Let's have a look at Scotland-Wales. That's going to be a fun game. That starts in 15 minutes as I'm recording this video. So that is going to be very, very interesting to watch. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.